Time to level up again. I went and worked on my acrobatics a little bit. My character is by no means a gymnast, but hopefully we'll be able to get around a little bit better. I wanted to raise my speed a little bit. I'm not used to running around all sluggish like I'm fighting in quicksand. I'm sure it's the heavy armor that's doing it. I've always played in light armor. The only time I put on heavy armor usually is to go train, you know, go find a rat to chew on my character for a while. Get a few points, seeing as it's an endurance-based skill, but it's all good. Kind of fits in with the role we're playing with this character. Big two-handed weapon, heavy armor type of thing. Although, if I were to make this character again, we'd probably go light armor. The heavy doesn't really offer any more protection, per se, and that matters a whole lot less on this difficulty anyway. That doesn't really sound like it makes sense on the surface, but if you think about it, the amount of damage enemies do, 1 or 2 extra points here and there, aren't going to make a hell of a lot of difference. Not really. You run around in clothes, for that matter, and just put simple shielding spells on your clothes. I was thinking about doing that, too. Might consider that. Alright, thought we'd do some Fighters Guild stuff. Go see what else is in store for us here. This being probably the least favorite of all the storylines. To me, it's the one I'm least familiar with. I don't really remember where we go from here.
I think you should leave. It's my pleasure. Please continue. I've got another job for you, slightly off the record. You'll be going on a mission with Varanus Daunton. Yes, the Guildmaster's son. You're to accompany him and make sure he succeeds. He needs some time in the field to get his confidence up, or he'll never become a good warrior. Velena coddles the boy too much. Doesn't want him in the line of fire. Suppose it's no surprise after Vitellis. Velena Daunton's eldest son. Good man. We lost him on a botched mission recently. You've probably seen the other wounded around. If you're smart, you'll steer clear of the subject around the Guildmaster. Perhaps you and I will have time to discuss it more later. His mother's been holding him back, protecting him. You'll go to Nonwell Cavern with him. Galtus Previa was lost there, and you're to find him. And not a word of this to the Guildmaster. Go find him. He'll be in the Daunton house, most likely. And bring him back in one piece. We got the contract from his aunt. Was in Nonwell looking for gems of some sort. Never heard from again. You and Varanus, go find him. Time's wasting.
I'm not saying this is a setup, but this doesn't sound very wise. I wonder if Modrian considered the Guildmaster's son dying on this little secret mission that the Guildmaster knows nothing about, where her obvious wishes are to keep her apparently last remaining son alive, and what if we were to go get that son killed? Yeah, I don't know. I'm guessing if we take someone along with us, they'll be considered essential. Probably just get knocked unconscious, but still, what if this ended badly? Did Modrian ever stop to think about that, or is this some kind of plot going on here? I guess we'll find out. Okay, so here we are, essentially trespassing in the Guildmaster's house. I'm guessing she wouldn't appreciate that much either. Yeah, this is going from bad to worse. This doesn't seem smart. Just saying. And, okay, this house is more vertical than anything else. Which door am I supposed to be looking through? They're all locked. Yeah, this is straight up trespassing here. Yeah. Okay, maybe they don't want me getting through this door, huh? Old Bethesda games. If you see average anything, that means it's very, very hard. That's basically what that means.
time for you to leave, my friend. Greetings, guildmate. What can I do for you? I'm Varanus Daunton. What can I do for you? Yes, my older brother. He was lost on a mission. Brutalize died valiantly, as we all knew he would. He was the best of us. I'm sure our mother is very proud of him. A mission? Well, of course. I'm sure we can do this. You say this came from Orion himself. Well, perhaps I should speak with Mother first. But she's the guildmaster. Certainly she'd... No, you're right. If the order came from Orion, it's a valid one. We should be off immediately. I'm sorry. It's just that I haven't been given many contracts since my brother... since the accident. Let's go. He must be in Nonwil somewhere. Let's get there quickly. I'm with you.
Nonwil. That name is bringing back bad memories. Seems like I remember this place being particularly nasty. I guess all the Fighters Guild stuff is pretty much like that. But if you're looking for a fight, I mean, that's what it's about, right? Not too far out of town. So we'll try not to get the Guildmaster's son killed. Orion is, yeah, he's going to have a lot to answer to. I tell you what, this is, he's going to owe us one for this. That's all I have to say. In fact, something obligating this type of responsibility, I would think he would at least be along on this. This hush-hush stuff, I guess there'll be a good reason for it. Maybe he'll explain later, but trying to get the Guildmaster's son some seasoning in secret. Perhaps his mother knows best, you know? In fact, you're probably not going to be able to convince his mother that she doesn't know best. Thus, doing this, like I say, this is very unwise. we are being led along here like a bit of a patsy. Well, we'll see how it turns out. All right. Well, one good thing though, we can give our spells and our weapons a real run for their money. This is definitely a good trial run. I'd hate to have to go back to the drawing board again if this is ineffective. I showed some signs of it being pretty effective when we went and closed the Oblivion Gate. We just had some relatively underpowered stuff. But if nothing else, if our stuff works, if we're actually able to kill anything, that's what it's really all about, then maybe we can even fine-tune and adjust some things. There are some things I'd like to go back and do, and once we get, oh geez, our destruction skill to 100, conjuration to 100, although it's, I think right now we're okay. Up till about level 20-ish, we ought to be okay. I don't remember if 18 or 20 is the cutoff point. I think level 20 is officially the point where your top-tier enemies and top-tier stuff start spawning. I think it's level 20. Might be a little, it might be 18 or so. And then I think everything like caps out at 25. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I can't get in there and get in a word edgewise. I remember that being an issue with the I'll take that. I think I have some petty soul gems too. What do we got here? Yeah, I didn't change anything. It's definitely doable. Definitely doable. I'm very happy about that. These are savage trolls too. They aren't the garden variety, so to speak. So we've kept up with the Joneses as far as the damage goes. This is I want to say more effective than the weapons I used to use on normal. Overall, I mean, the spell really plays into that, and having the right summons and having everybody's damage type. There has to be a synergy between everything you do. At least, you know, doing it like I'm doing it here. That's basically the key to everything. The spell should weaken enemies to whatever you might do between your summons, whatever damage type your summons is using, and the damage type of your sword and your bow, for that matter. And I'm thinking your spell also serves the purpose as being kind of like a conduit to carry poisons to an enemy too. Like, I think weakness to poison should also come with the spell. The spell is really just a debuff. It's basically all I'm using it for. I'm not really using it for damage, and it seems to be really, really effective. I saw the damage multiplier really stack right there. Each consecutive swing did more, and I have a relatively low numbers on my sword. I think what we're doing, 12 down. I'm thinking about breaking that down even further. I'm thinking about going 6 damage over 2 seconds instead of 12 damage all at once, and let that carry over with the weakness and extend that weakness, keep it at around 3 seconds or so. And then I want a spell that that lasts for at least 5 or 6 seconds. That'd be awesome. If I could create 100% weakness to everything for 5, 6, 7 seconds, something like that. I don't know how expensive that would be to cast. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to hit you. Stay out of the way of my weapon. How about that? But yeah, this is man. This is what it's about right here. This is kind of like rewarding. Like, oh man, I thought of something cool and it worked. It's working. It's probably going to get even better from here on out. Now I'm wondering how well the weakness to magic, weakness to frost is playing between my spell and my weapon combined. Like, I'm kind of wondering if maybe they're stacking. There's only like a 1 or 2 second window in there. There's only time for 1 or 2 hits where that really seems to work together. So like I said, I'd like to extend that a little bit with the spell, if I could, make it 5, 6, 7 seconds. Give myself a little liberty there to actually play. Probably be a more expensive spell, so we'll go ahead and buff whatever armor pieces we can, preferably with some sigil stones. Maybe get lucky, get some sigil stones. May even sort of farm for sigil stones at these Oblivion gates. I don't know when we'll start closing those. I'm not sure if level 18 or level 20 would be optimal. Because you want the big badass sigil stones, the ones that give you maximum whatever charge. Like, I believe a top tier sigil stone gives you like 50 points of magicka buff. So if you enchant, say, 2 pieces of gear with that, that's 100. That's a lot. What is this? We are kicking their ass.
Your turn. Am I supposed to be impressed?
Nice. Well, this is maybe worth doing another build video altogether once we get everything said and done. Kind of an end-game type thing. Like, this is a setup. And if you work towards this, you can be effective on pretty much any difficulty. The damage we take is still going to be ridiculous. Like, even if we hit the capacity. Oh, nice, man. That's worth a couple grand right there. I'm sure I can sell it for at least 100 gold if it's worth 2,000. Considering I have no mercantile skill whatsoever. But yeah, we could do it like an end game type thing. Anyway, that sounds cool. I'm seriously considering doing a mage with, having a dagger and a bow. It's always nice to have a bow, but working your spell with your staff, weakness to that damage type, weakness to magicka. Don't know how well that would stack with the staff. I don't think you can enchant your own staff, like put various random effects type of thing. But hell, you might even be able to find a staff that really works well with whatever spell, and use your spell creation to come up with a really long-lasting custom debuff for enemies. Let's say you had a fire staff, and you could have weakness to fire, weakness to magicka, and soul trap on a spell that if you just put just those effects, if poison wasn't an issue, that's less of a charge you need to cast that spell, and you could extend it for a period of time, and essentially you might do some minor, fireball damage, 3 seconds over a period of time, but primarily it would be to weaken an enemy to whatever your staff does, and have a nice AoE effect, to where if you're shooting fireballs that spread out over 10, 15, 20 feet, then have your spell do the same thing, so you can possibly even affect multiple enemies. And that sounds doable, but poisons, that's the problem. Poisons wouldn't be... Well, you could use poisons with your dagger. You could do that and have a dagger with a damage type that's specific to whatever your summons is. And set it up a lot like this, and we would be treating essentially a staff the same way we're using this sword right here. The only downside is you can't put weakness to magic on a staff. I don't think there's any way to do that. If you did, it would just be that. That would be the only effect on the staff, period, probably. So not... I don't know. But that's a puzzle. It's a puzzle to solve. How exactly to make that work. Well, that troll wants a piece of me, doesn't it? Well, we're not getting one-shotted. He could have hit me a couple times, actually. I don't know about... Most enemies have a power attack, but... would I lose about a quarter health? That's better than just being one-shotted. It's pretty cool. I still haven't done a whole lot with my armor rating, as far as that goes. Ebony arrows. Alright, well, the next step is Daedric. We're, level 17 now? So it's going to be either somewhere between 18 and 20. You should start seeing Daedric stuff, and that's when you know the really good loot's going to drop. The cool rings, the cool amulets. Looking for an amulet of... I think there's an amulet of swords. I think there is. I think there's a ring of fists if you were to go unarmed. That's another thing to consider, unarmed. Although getting in there just melee all the time. Not sure how you would... Yeah, I really don't know. Is there a weakness to melee spell? A weakness to unarmed? Weakness to physical damage. Actually, I think there is something like that, but I don't know that you can make a spell out of it without cheating. Don't know how you would do a melee character. On max difficulty is what I'm thinking. Even if your block skills were all the way up, just the damage you would take would be... You'd have to have reflect all physical damage, and you would be really susceptible to spells then. And you'd probably have to rely a lot on dodging. Keep yourself really fast, nimble, lightweight, heavily shielded, but lightweight clothes, and keep yourself zipping around like a hamster on crack. Yeah, there's got to be a way to do it. And really, really reinforce, really fortify your unarmed skills. Walk through the game as a kung fu master. It'd be fun. That's when you'd need an Oblivion mod where you could have a karate uniform or something. Oh, nice. Nice ring. I'll take it. I'm not gonna lie, you see savage trolls and savage ogres. You think this is gonna be pretty brutal on this difficulty, and this is a pleasant surprise. To see that this can be made manageable. Oh, nice. I'll tell you what, I think my spell where I weaken them to frost and my frost atronach are really doing most of the work. I'm sitting here thinking, oh man, my weapon is badass. I'm probably not doing a whole lot. It's probably my summons, but that's, you know, there you go. That's a key. Is your summons don't take the same penalties you do on this difficulty. Their damage is normal, and the damage they take is normal. It's not multiplied by, what, 6 or 12 or whatever. It's just normal. So they're treated like they're on the same level playing field with everyone else. What is this? Oh, that looks like a minotaur in there, snorting and snarling. Okay. Oh, this is a good test. Let's see what we can do. No, I'm already poisoned, huh? Sometimes you can get away with the summons without even alerting the enemy, huh? Okay. I'm guessing he can probably really close to one-shot me. So just wait. Let somebody else draw the threat. Same thing we did in Skyrim with Uthgerd. Oh, wow. Talk about owning that shit. Savage Minotaur, too. Oh, my Frost Atronach is mad at me. I could just summon another one, but he's fixing to wear off anyway. Yeah. Alright, we're good. And that was a waste of a potion. Here, let me heal this dude up. Take advantage of that magic regen. Here, take another one. Heal myself while I'm at it. Yeah, look at that, man. Kicked his ass, too. That was a full-grown Minotaur right there. Hopefully he was guarding the good stuff. Here I am all fascinated with the damage we're doing in combat and stuff, and I'm supposed to be in here looking for this lost member of the Fighters Guild. Grand Soul Gem. Ogre Skin Shield. Well, I'm not using shields. Looks like an ebony shield, though. I think that's what that symbol is for. Or some money, right? That's the main thing. Totally hitting the merchant when I leave here. Get rid of my Fortify magic pants and stuff. That's another thing, running around as a mage. I've found quite a bit of that. Sneak, blue suede shoes, Fortify magic pants. The clothes look amazing. Honestly, especially on a female character. The females have amazing dresses and stuff like that. It looks regal, very classy, very cool. As far as wearing a hood, though, I wonder, get away with playing on very hard with the mage that you're not even wearing that extra piece of clothing or armor. Also, I'm wondering about gloves. I mean, we could, I guess, wear gauntlets, but I think there's some advantage somewhere to wearing all clothes. Oh yeah, it's your spell effectiveness. As long as you're wearing 0 armor, you get 100% spell effectiveness, which is one thing I'm not getting full advantage of here. So I'm guessing anytime you cast a spell or do anything that's 100% of something, you're only essentially getting like 90 or whatever percent based on what kind of armor you're wearing and stuff. Oh, he jumped me. Oh, he hit me a little harder that time. Ouch. Okay, please don't hit me again, Mr. Troll. I'll take that. Reflect damage. I forgot I made those. That'd be nice to get a decent reflect damage potion that, I don't know, 25-30%, and then have an amulet that has reflect damage also. Take that. Toe to toe. Me and you, Savage Troll. Just us. Without my summons getting in the middle of that. And that worked well. I like that. Okay, well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm totally happy with this. This'll work. This allows you to play a two-hander. Very hard. We could have been doing a lot of this much, much earlier in the game, but hey, for me, it was a learning process. This was all figuring out as we go, and I think we've settled on a winning formula here. Don't know what damage type we're going to settle on. I was surprised to see that the ogres here were resistant to frost initially. basically any kind of ghost or wraith or specter or whatever is going to be immune to frost. And we can make them weak, true enough, but I didn't realize that many enemies had a resistance to it. No wonder it's a little bit cheaper than the rest of the
We
spells to
should get back
cast.
to Orion and report what we have found. Dead? I can't believe it. So much death. Go hurt something.
Go hurt something. Fighters Guild motto right there. Go hurt something. I'd kind of like to explore the rest of this cave. I think we took a right instead of a left at the very beginning. I think it's going to be something just to get out of here. Well, that's one way to tell where I've been. Look for the empty chests. Here we go. We'll try this door. See where it takes us. No, I've been here. Dead trolls, empty chests. Okay. Well, I recognize that room. I remember someone complaining, all the caves look the same. I don't know. They don't all really seem to be laid out the same to me. The walls look kind of the same. Okay, it's dirt. Rock and dirt. I mean, I don't know how much variety you really want with that, but just saying. You know. Yeah, that's a little nitpicky right there. I'm perfectly happy with these things. Okay, that's the way we initially went into that one chamber, so the entrance should be right back here, I think. Yep, those first couple trolls and that rat. Okay, so the entrance is up there to the right. Yeah, okay. If I wasn't so busy chasing this dude around trying to keep him alive when we first got in here, I would have found this. Really? I think that's it. Alright, well, I guess we were thorough enough. Got some pretty good stuff out of that one. Fortify magic pants. Yeah, if I was playing a mage, I'd probably actually be interested in those. Sneak blue suede shoes, though. Those that always gets me. I've never played this and not found at least one pair of sneak blue suede shoes. Of course, you got to think of Elvis when you see those, right? For whatever reason. We used up our charges, but we got more back than what we used. In other words, let's say you have to hit an enemy 10 times, and that uses up, just for example's sake, 1,000 charge. And you only get a common soul gem, or a common soul back from that enemy. Well, that only gives you back 800. You're in the negative there, right? But if you can kill something that gives you a greater or a grand soul, and you're only using 600 or 800 or something, you're coming out ahead.
You're back. What have you found out about Galtus Pravia's disappearance? Dead? Damn! What got him? I suppose that's it then. Odd that there weren't creatures around the body, though, and that it hadn't been eaten. I'll pay Danton for his contract, and I've got this for you. Good work getting him back in one piece. I might make a real soldier of you yet.
Short sword of absorption.
I'm going to need you to find Maglir again, the little fetcher.
Oh, no.
That's right. The little vermin has defaulted on another contract. I need you to go babysit him again. Wish I knew what happened. He had a contract for a local mage in Breville. Didn't seem like a particularly difficult assignment. He hasn't reported to the client at all. Get yourself down to Braville and find Maglir. Make sure that contract of his gets done, and send him to me.
Huh. All right.
Stop staring at me.
Yeah, Maglir, he's eventually going to have to be responsible for his own actions, or lack thereof, at some point. Can't babysit him forever.
I hope I can help.
Okay, well, I guess we're good, and I guess we're not in trouble with the Guildmaster either. That's a good thing. I don't know, we might go look for Maglir. No telling. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. If you want to subscribe, you can click that button up top. If you want to catch the rest of this playthrough, you can click that image in the middle. It should send you straight to the playlist. Appreciate you hanging out. Hope you're enjoying these as much as I am. I'll catch you on the next one. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.